You're listening to Entrepreneur's Enigma, a podcast about the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. Every week, your host Seth Goldstein interviews entrepreneurs from all walks of life about their entrepreneurial journeys. From store owners to Fortune 500 CEOs, we all have stories to tell. So sit back and join us for the next 20 or so minutes while we explore the entrepreneurial world.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneur's Enigma podcast. I am your host as always, Seth with Podcast Mastery and Goldstein Media. Today I have a buddy of mine, Ash Lenar, who is the chief bottle washer and mastermind behind Odd Circles, which is a community for coaches and people who want to create communities online that can not only help people but also fund the community as well. Ash was bullied almost every day as a shy, small-bill expat kid in London. He quickly realized that survival wasn't about being the loudest in the room; it was about finding your people, which is kind of key. The lack of connection in those early years made one thing painfully clear: community isn't a luxury; it's oxygen. So he went to MIT and Oxford. So the guy is, he knows a thing or two, and he's worked for the BBC, HMRC, and the UK government, done a bunch of different things, and then he decided, you know what, I'm missing something. I need to go out and really hone in on Odd Circles. And Odd Circles is actually one of the big coups. There is that Seth Godin has a bunch of communities on his platform, which is kind of cool. So Ash, welcome. How's it going, buddy?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Seth. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Oh, why? Thank you. It's an honor to have you on. I was on his show, the Founders Podcast.
Yeah.
Which she's on 11 seasons, which is insane. Insane, mind blown. Because I think my Digital Marketing Dive podcast is on season 4. I mean, this Entrepreneur's Enigma, if I did seasons, it could probably be on season 5 or 6. But 11 seasons, that's die hard, man, die hard. So how's it going? So you're calling in from London, so it's
Yeah. We
afternoon
are
right
not
now.
we are not that lucky with sun usually.
No, we aren't either right now. It's been pouring for the past few days right now in Philly. So
Yeah.
when this comes out in June, hopefully it'll be sunny and nice and warm. Right now it's
Hopefully.
miserable.
Yeah,
Right now it's
indeed.
miserable. So how did this all get started? Have you always wanted to be an entrepreneur, or has it always been like get a degree, have the mother that's like go to college, get the degree, get the job kind of thing? Like how did this all get started?
So I come from a very typical South Asian family, and if you have any South Asian friends, you know that their parents
I have a
always
Jewish
want.
mother. They're very similar. Yeah.
Exactly right. So either you become an engineer or a doctor potentially, and if you're super lucky, then you could just join a news channel to become a reporter or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Um, but since from the beginning, I think I remember I was like maybe in my 8 9 years old or something in school, and we
Yeah.
had this school fest where you get a booth, and
Yeah.
then you try to like sort of like put a game or something to sell on the booth, and
Yeah.
then that's how you participate in it. We had very limited number of booths in our school, and there used to be this thing like if you're close to the teachers you get a booth, if you're not then you're just attending it. um, and just a year before that, what I managed to do is I managed to actually write a drama in English first
Ooh.
time in my school, and
Wow.
that put me in front of my principal. So she kind of knew that this guy actually wrote a drama which we acted upon in the school
Oh
annual festival.
wow. We're gonna take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show.
So to get some leverage out of that introduction with the
Yeah.
principal and things like that, I reached
Yeah.
out to her and said, I would like to have a booth, but I don't want to sell anything. I want to just help people. So I don't, we used to have like a very minimal fee for it, which is like 100 rupees, which is like less than, a pound right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I want the booth for free. She said, okay. She gave me a booth for free, and I bought 100 water pouches. So, in India, you can buy plastic pouches and bottles for
Oh.
drinking water, right? Plastic pouches are much cheaper, but they're
Yeah,
good.
that's less material. Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought these, and my dad helped me out with that. And then I
Of
put it
course. Yeah.
on the counter there in a table, and I started giving it free for people who are not playing games on another booths. So,
Oh.
it's like
Yeah.
small fest, and then that these are the games section. If you're playing the games, you're not gonna get a free pouch, but if you're not, you're gonna get it. And that's how, and that's what I remember, my first venture, that I actually sold more than 50% of the pouches.
Oh wow, because everyone was playing the games and they had to buy a pouch. That's
Yeah,
so
because
wild.
if you have money to play a game, then you can buy the pouch. But if you
Yeah.
don't have it, then I'm happy to help you
Oh,
for
I
free.
love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And so
So I
that's
think
kind of that's where it all started.
started, yeah, just to answer your question, and that's why I love this story. I share it with everyone, that these were the days when I realized, okay, I think at least my mother started thinking that there might be a chance that we're gonna have a black sheep in our house later on.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, someone's gonna be an entrepreneur instead. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's wild. So you left India, you went to MIT, you went to Oxford. So those are
Yeah.
two schools. They are, not exactly schlump schools. I mean, they're kind of really good schools to go get into. MIT is the next to impossible to get into. Oxford's the same. So
You would be surprised to know that almost everyone my mom knows in her circle, at least 40% of their kids are been to Stanford, Oxford, Cambridge. So it wasn't
smart
that,
families.
yeah, that big deal. The big deal was, why aren't you getting into that school, right? If you don't get
Yeah.
it into that school, right?
Oh, the
And
reverse. Yeah.
to be honest, I got rejected 6 times in Oxford.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 6 times I got
It's a
rejected.
badge of honor.
Eh, when the day I received the offer from Oxford, I was like, oh my God,
You're finally, yeah.
I'm finally there. Um, Long story short, after finishing everything, started working with these giants, tech industry experts, learned how industry work, learn how software helping businesses in real life, solving real
Yeah.
life problems and things like that. But while I was doing that, I was working as consultant in all these companies, right? And I used to travel a lot. When you're young, you have a lot of
You have
blood.
time to do it. Yeah.
Monday morning, I used to be at Heathrow Airport traveling to Paris or Prague or Edinburgh. And then Thursday evening, I used to come back, same airport. And I used to look at these executives who used to travel with me, all the black suits and everything.
Yeah.
Very boring people, a lot of old and young people. They don't
Yeah.
talk to each other. But then what I realized is, nah, I think it's fun for now because you're traveling business, you're
Yeah.
staying in big hotels, but I don't think so this is for me. I think I miss me, like the
Yeah.
hustling guy. Even in university, I used to hustle, and all these kind of things. And it, while I was doing that, I was missing a very crucial part of my life, which was like connecting with people. And it's like
It's a
I had this,
foreshadow. Yeah.
yeah, I had this problem with my school where I got bullied. So I coined this quote which I share with everyone. It's like, I was once the outsider trying to fit in. Now I
Yeah.
build spaces where no one has to.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, it's like I always struggled with making friends, talking to people, especially pretty girls. I couldn't go and talk to them because I was tiny with glasses on and everything.
Yeah.
So I put a little bit more extra effort in order to like
Yeah.
talk to people, like make friends
Yeah.
and things
Push
like that.
yourself out of your
Push
shell. Yeah.
yourself out really big. And what I realized it, it's kind of a skill you develop going
You have
on,
to develop it. Yeah, you can, yeah.
and there's nothing in this world you could do without making connections. It's like
Mm,
any business you work in, any job you work in, even if you're taking care of people, you have to make connections.
love it, man. Yeah.
That's the basic
And
thing,
that's when
right?
so you're working over at BBC, the UK government, all that stuff, and then you left that big paycheck and you open up odd circles.
Mm.
When did you start odd circles?
So it's really really cool that there's a backstory on this one where
Yeah.
I used to find myself lonely in London. So I started a group in London called Expats in London, and that group back in 2010 grew like 100, 200 members in 3 4 months, and
Oh
then it
wow,
grew to
you're onto
1,000
something.
members. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it grew to 1,000 members within like a year or so. And I realized, okay, there are a lot of people like me who want to connect with other people.
Yeah.
And I learned something there that if you want to create a community, you need a cause which people care about, people
Yeah.
need, right? So then I started working as consultant, and I moved to another city. I started living in Newcastle, where I thought,
Oh.
okay, now I know the model, now I know how it works, let me recreate the model. So I recreated another group and started startups in Newcastle, because it was lots of universities around,
Mm,
you know
yeah.
young blood was there. That group grew to like around 600 700 people in less than 6 months.
Oh wow.
So I was like, okay, what, there is something I
Yeah.
am learning here. There's something which is like, and then I replicated the same model in Edinburgh, where I started singles in Edinburgh, and that again created this viral effect. So when I thought that what I've learned is about how technology helps businesses, and I also
Mm-hmm.
have passion about communities. When you bring them together, that creates something like art circles, right? And that's how
Mm-hmm.
art circles was founded.
Love
And
it, man.
that's,
Love it.
yeah. So it's basically, you're solving your own problem kind of
Yeah, I
stage.
love it, and it's affordable, which I like. It's
Yeah,
affordable. It's like Meetup done right, in my opinion. Because Meetup
yeah,
is ugh, ugh. Don't like Meetup anymore. It had a concept, but it's not good anymore, in my opinion. So I love it. We're gonna I'm gonna probably launch my community on there at some point, which will be fun. So stay tuned for that. So now let's go into the questions of the podcast. What's the best thing about being an entrepreneur versus being like a cog in the wheel?
I think if you're an entrepreneur, I think when you have these small wins during your journey.
Yeah.
You can go with an idea and raise a bunch of money, $100,000 or whatever you want to raise. You can build something, but when you do win these small milestones in your life, the feeling of it, the joy of it, the consistent nature of being in hustling mode, figuring
Yeah.
out something which not generally people uh, figure out in their usual life, and trying to achieve something out of these ideas which is coming out for your brain, is what
Yeah.
I think make founders us different than
Oh
than
yeah.
general people. I'm not saying that founders are better or worse, I'm just saying they're different.
Absolutely. We're different breed. We're the black
Yeah,
sheep of the
yeah.
crowd. But what keeps you up at night as an entrepreneur?
For me, I think I have always been a founder who always has this user-centric approach.
Mm-hmm.
So every single feature or functionality you will see on Art Circle is basically me sitting on a call or on in a cafe with one of our customers or users, and talking to
Mm-hmm.
them and understanding their problems or their
Best way to do
advice,
it. Yeah.
and implementing it. So I think what keeps me awake is basically the the the, the fire I get when I talk to people who are not just into my industry but also other founders, and understanding if there is some kind of value I can add with
Yes.
either the software or consulting or even talking to somebody.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. And so, what is the most important thing to carry with you all the time? To be as woo, you can go as woo as you want to get with this.
I think the most important thing for me would be, I would definitely say it is around communities. I mean, I have seen, and it sounds very cheesy, but I have seen businesses, individuals, charities, government organization blowing off out of the blue just because they had this power of community around their
Yeah,
business or their service or their cause. I think that's something which moves me a lot.
I love that. I love that. And so, people can go check out Odd Circles at oddcircles.com. So, it's not co.uk, it's oddcircles.com.
Dot com.
Exactly. And where's your biggest watering hole online? Where do you hang out the most? On LinkedIn or Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, mostly LinkedIn and on our
Odd Circles.
circles. Yeah.
In your circles. Exactly.
Yeah.
Ash,
Yeah.
this has been so much fun. I'm so glad to get you on. You will have a heck of a story. And, we'll make sure everyone goes, signs up for an account on Odd Circles and explores it because that's very fun.
No problem.
Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll see everyone next time.
Cheers. Thank you, Seth. Thanks, everyone.
That was a great show. If you're enjoying Entrepreneur's Enigma, please consider giving us a review in the podcast directory of your choice. Every review helps us reach new listeners. If you like Entrepreneur's Enigma, consider the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcast.net.